Good morning. I know you're gonna miss me this week, so I made you this awesome little dancing bear kettlebell squat flow workout. Enjoy, do your best. If you need to modify, do your thing. As always, flow your own way. Your wildest dreams are coming true. You get to see me struggle a little bit with this little kettlebell fundamental workout. To start, we're gonna get our pry and squat. Let's get the bull by the horns, drop into that sucker. Okay, so once again, using the elbows to pry out of the knees to pry out of the elbows. Shift your weight a little bit. My new thing here is, can you rock your weight forward and back? Can I raise those toes and get on my heels? Can I raise there? So just playing around. The whole idea is to get yourself grounded. Push into that bell, extend up, rock onto the heels, rock onto the toes. You guys all know this. Good, dropping back into that hinge. Getting that good force. You want to push into that sucker, raise that right arm as high as you can, eyes following it, making sure that left knee doesn't move. Good, bringing that hand down, creating that downward force. Knees coming out, eyes following that left wrist. Good, just go in your pace right here. A lot of times I look at this as like 3 to 5, whichever way, you know, whatever kind of feels good right now. I'm a little tight today. And of course, remember to breathe. Good, once you've done those 3 to 5, now get those legs long. Same idea, can we use that bell as leverage to shift my weight forward and back? So I'm really trying to fall back, I'm holding on to it, then I'm really pushing in. Can I keep my heels down too? You can even go away from the bell, kind of crawl it out a little bit. You're just trying to gain those roots and help them get back. We're gonna drop back into that sucker. We got the bow and arrow. Trying to squeeze that fist into your armpit. A lot of us have really tight shoulders. It's hard to get in there all the way. It's again, knees not moving, eyes following, improving that relationship between your hips and shoulders. Once again, I'm just gonna kind of rock, feel that weight shift, dropping back into the squat, both arms high. What we're looking for here is, can your shin and torso angles match? Hopefully you can get to 90 degrees or below, and those biceps or elbows can stay in line with your ears. Good job, fast and loose in between. Shake her out, shake her out. All right, we're gonna go ahead and get right into this sucker today. So picking her up, turning that right arm out, and you're just gonna march. Whole idea here is, instead of doing that loaded carry, I'm beginning to like the march even more, because look how much my weight wants to shift side to side. Can I control that? If you look at core strength, we always talk about it as, can you stabilize your spine and move your limbs? This is a great example of here. Really like that for a warm up too. Okay, let's go ahead and switch sides. Use that to help you set your shoulder. Good. Staying nice and tall. All that tension out of your neck. We're using that thumb to help you set the shoulder. Awesome, we're gonna drop the bell, and we're just gonna go into our beast. So all the way back into that beast, that elevated child's pose, coming forward to the plank. So again, look at how I'm transferring force. Can I use those lats? Transfer it in to my abs and glutes. Hold that plank on the last one. Create that little C curve, push up, squeeze the glutes down into that hollow body. Good, getting out of there. Shake it out, fast and loose, fast and loose. So basically we're gonna alternate between kettlebell drills and these body weight drills today. So we're gonna get a little bit of that strength, get that mobility, and we're gonna keep your heart rate. Just kind of, you can tell I'm breathing a little bit, hopefully staying close to that zone 2. Clean that guy into rack position. Same idea, we're marching. Can this fist be below the chin, elbow into your side? This actually can help your shoulder mobility a lot. Nice and tall. You can go as slow or as fast as you want. Going slow in some ways is almost harder. See how I'm shifting my weight? That hip wants to compensate. That's what I'm hoping that you feel, is those little weight shifts, and you can begin to correct them on your own. It's gonna be a hot, sweaty mess by the time I'm done with this. Okay, let's go ahead and get that other side. Remember, anytime you pick it up, you wanna have the right form. You can go from there, or another one we're gonna work on is just coming straight from the ground. That was bad. Can you get into that rack position from there? Same idea, we're going about 30 seconds with our marching. Using this arm as a fist. Once again, it's another one of those things that helps lock in this oblique. And can that limit or assist in preventing my weight shift, depending on how you want to look at it. Good. I am already out of breath. Does that make you feel good? Does that make you feel good? All right, so we're done with those guys. We're gonna transfer into a beast runner. So now we're back in that beast pose, stepping forward with the right, and then you're gonna raise that right arm. Try to drop your left knee. So you're not opening, you're pushing into the ground, both hands down, come back. Once again, into the ground. If this is your range, this is your range. As you get better and that hip flexor releases, and I want you to push through that whole palm of your hand, right? Through your fingertips, not just through the wrist, but through the whole hand and through the whole shoulder. A lot of your wrists hurt because you're not pushing evenly through that whole chain. We're gonna do about 5 of these on each side. Good. That's one of those just magic exercises. Whenever I'm feeling tight, that gets everything right. So what's next? What do you think? We gotta go overhead with that carry. Once again, just being safe. I'm gonna always use that clean. You can cheat and do a push press, especially if you're using a good weight like I am. So this is 24 kgs or 52 pounds, or as Strong First would like to call it, a man's weight. So I did my Strong First certification with this weight. Same with Second Nature. Decelerate as you pull down. Get that strength, grease the groove. Okay, I'm gonna shake it out a little bit. Fast and loose, fast and loose. Getting yourself to that point where you wanna take these little breaks, but you also wanna be comfortable working hot, especially if you're monitoring your heart rate. If we can get your heart rate into your zone 2, that's ideal. If you don't know what that is or how to calculate it, let me know. There's lots of different theories on what that is. I'm a big fan of the Maffetone method, which is basically 180 minus your age. So I'm about to turn 41, so my ceiling on zone 2 would be considered 139. If I look at that on my Whoop, that would get into 70%. It would actually get up to like 75, 76%. So a lot of these heart rate things like my zone, our Whoop, are assuming it's all off the Caravonin method, which is 220 minus your age. Not always necessarily the best. Okay, so now we're gonna do our down dog toe tap just to gain a little bit of range there. We got those lats warmed up, we got that beast, we got that plank. So So now can I transfer that in to a little bit of a harder skill? Remember that pushing into the ground through the whole hand is kind of everything. And just go in your pace. Sometimes it feels a little bit better to kind of hang out here. Can I get that left lat real long? And then let's inchworm those feet walking in towards the hands just to finish that one. Feel that little bit of a forward fold. Allow your head to go heavy, looking between your legs. Good, bring those hands up so they push into your shins. Flatten out your back. Now let yourself ragdoll, fall heavy again. Grab those elbows. Rock the baby. So can those hamstrings with those low back muscles release? And look, now I can get a little bit farther with that forward fold. Okay, I'm gonna take a quick water break and then we can start working out.
In between rounds is always an opportunity to get your breathing back right. So can you regain control of nasal breath? So let's have you breathe in through the nose and then just drop it side out. How soft can you make that? Can you follow it all the way down again? Real light, light as a feather. All the way down. Slow that heart rate down. Learn to down regulate. Now transfer so that it's just between your nose. So breathing in through the nose and dropping lightly through the nose. Allow that exhale just to fall and wait for yourself to instinctively have to breathe in again. Inhaling in and drop it. All right, get that quick sip of water and let's get back at it.
All right, so we're gonna follow the same thing as we get into our workout. We're gonna alternate between that kettlebell skill and one of these squat flow or body weight patterns. I'm gonna let you go from the side to see my swing so you can kind of see what's going on a little bit, as long as this finger up doesn't attack me. Shouldn't too bad. All right, so I'm gonna start with my strong hand, not my stronger hand. Addressing the bell, shoulders higher than hips, hips higher than knees. I like to tilt that bell back towards me. I get that arm ready, and I get it all the way back and swing. We're looking for about 10 reps. Power, peace, patience to let it drop. Starting again. Good, shake it out. I like to dance around fast and loose in between. Keep all that tension out. It's easy. Most of us carry it up here. Not naming any names. All right, so we're gonna address that bell again. Okay, shoulders higher than hips, hips higher than knees. Can you keep that hinge right where it needs to? Finish real tall against that back line. Perfect. Same idea, shake it out. I'm gonna get that bell out of the way a little bit. And now we're gonna do our kick through. So our kick through, I'll go again from the side here. So right here, I'm in my quadruped. Now I'm gonna shift my weight. Left arm still stays long, pushing through both hands. Come back to that quadruped. So swivel through the hips, extend that leg through. This hand's gonna wanna come up, this shoulder's gonna wanna shrug, push into the ground. Wonderful way, just for your hips and your shoulders to get on the same page. That is at the heart of my training philosophy and why you are so awesome.
1 round down, 4 more to go. You are doing awesome. Keep it up. If you need to modify it, go ahead and try, but I believe that you are all capable of doing this. And as a reminder, you can always come back to this workout or feel free to mix your own in. Can you get these compound movements or these bang for your buck exercises and mix them in on what feels good for in the moment? Can you undo that exercise? Can you find a complementary exercise? You got this. Keep going. Here comes round 2.
All right, round 2, we're going into the gunslinger. So again, we'll trust that one arm swing, and can we find that back line? Everybody gets a little rotational on this stuff. You truly want to trust that hinge to do its job. So once again, address the bell the way you need to. Stand tall. Shoulder retract. Once again, our magic number is roughly about 10 reps. It's all about your feel. That's gonna be our default. Shaking it out, my heart rate's high. I'm getting up to that top of my zone 2. I can see it over there. I'm in the 130s. I'll let it drop just a couple ticks, and I'm ready to go again with my gunslingers. Always trying to improve. I wasn't getting that other arm swing. Wasn't bringing my eyes up. There's totally something to be said for mastery, right? Learning this hinge, learning to get up, some of these fundamental things, doing them over and over again, maybe even every fucking day. All of this stuff will help you. Okay. So now we're gonna do the break dancer. So the break dancer is the one you like a lot more because now we can bring that arm up. However, it's all about this shoulder rotated. Can that stay long without getting here? Then I'm gonna pull that bow and arrow. Look at how that opens me up. I create space from this hip to that shoulder and from this big toe back to that elbow. Bring yourself out. You can go whatever pace you need to, but as you get better, you look how I'm using the ground and my hip rotation to transfer force and then just stick the pose at the end. Good. Doing about 8 of those on each side.
You've got 2 rounds down. Time to check back in with that breath. Get right back into that down regulation breath. Once again, can you slow your heart rate down in between rounds? Can you train your body to be efficient at bringing that heart rate down? You can do this in a workout and in any stressful situation that comes in your life. Round 3 is coming up. You're past that halfway point, the total part of this workout. You can do this. Stay with it. Keep it up.
All right, round 3. We're gonna get into that full clean. Make sure your whoops turn, your crotch, whatever you got. Address that bell. Trust those hips. Into the ground, against your body. Awesome, good job. I'll turn around and go the other way so you can see how pretty that looks as I get out to my stronger side. Same idea, 15 seconds-ish in between rounds. Just enough to let the heart rate drop a little bit. Can you down regulate? All right, I'm ready to go. Good. Boom. We got our cleans in. Now we're gonna throw a breakdancer wild thing at you. So same movement, breakdancer, then bridge up. So again, nice and tall here. This arm is pulling overhead. And I'm gonna sit back down into that as well too. Remember, it's all about this shoulder. Look at all those different angles that you have to be strong at and that your body has to learn to feel. That's what I love about this stuff, is I can give you all the cues in the world and you might not get it. I can teach you to feel this, and all of a sudden your shoulders and your hips know exactly what they need to do. You notice this also looks a lot like certain parts of the get up. That could be important. Good. Round 3.
The skills may be getting harder, but you are getting stronger. Your body's got to be feeling mobilized, aligned, feeling great. You got 2 more rounds to go. Time to take that finishing attitude. It's not about it being challenging. This is where the results come from. So you got to keep it up, stay on it. You can finish. Do it.
All right, round 4, we got our thruster. So now we got that clean in the tank. Pull it down nice and slow. We're gonna come back to the ground. Switch hands. Make sure that whoops the other way. Stand. So you can use those hips to help you press. Pull it down nice and slow. We're shooting for 5 on each side right here. You can do it. I'm gonna count like you guys. I'm gonna assume that was 5 on each side. Okay, now we're gonna do our standing split. Shift that way all the way forward. Walk those hands back. Raise that back leg. Nice work, maybe about 4 or 5. Go ahead and switch sides. So again, about 4 or 5 on each side. Trying to keep your hips level. Boom, it's round 4. We got 1 more.
All right, check back in with that breath one more time. Can you slow things down? Can you be intentional about your rest and intentional about your mindset? Here's that last round. This is what I mean. Give me everything that you've got left in the tank. There's no reason to save anything. Finish strong. This is the way you want to finish every set, every workout. You don't get fatigued or tired. You get stronger.
All right, round 5, last round of work. We've got our high pulls. So can you really establish this back line and get this elbow as high as your shoulder without that rotation. A lot of times we go like this. We want to make sure we're finishing here. All right, so I'll start with that strong hand again, not the stronger hand. Trust the hip drive. It's harder to know what to do with the hand on this one. Find that back line. Finish tall. Nice work. Shake it out, fast and loose. Jellyfish jiggle. Blah, 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 blah. All right, we got rid of those. And then our last one of our little squat flowy things is can we get our heel raise in? Can you keep your shoulders over your wrists and get maximal hip extension? Remember, push through that whole palm. Your shoulders are active. One of the best exercise at keeping that core and lats together, and then adding that hip extension. All right, good job. You survived 5 rounds. Now we just got a little cool down, a little breath.
You've made it. The hard stuff is over with, and now you get the reward from all of that hard work. We're going to start basking in our own endorphins and trying to get high on your own supply. Of course, I filmed one of the best meditations and breath sessions I've ever done. I even did a stretch. And guess what Garrett did? Garrett recorded it in time lapse instead of in fast motion. So what you're going to see here is a really fast version of me stretching out those adductors a little bit. So I invite you just to kind of move around a little bit right now. Check back in with that breath. Can you down regulate? And then we'll go ahead and we'll get back into that meditation. I did a pretty good job when I tried to redo it, but it wasn't quite as good as that first one. I mean, look at me. I'm in it. I'm feeling the flow. Feeling great. I got breath waves going on, but watch the way my body kind of raises and moves. I'm not trying to do that. That's just what happens. As I take that inhale in, can you see all that energy come in? And then can you see how lightly it drops? This is something I want you to work on a lot as we get into that breath. So here we come. We got to bask in those endorphins and feel great. Here we go. Good job, guys.
All right, guys, we're gonna go ahead and just hop into a little bit of meditation. I taught like this amazing meditation that I gave myself the chills with, that we even did a couple stretches, and guess what Gary did? Time warp. So we're just gonna settle into a quick little breath right here. I just want you to find a posture that is comfortable, that you feel good at, and we're gonna start with that down regulation breath. So you're just inhaling in and sighing it out. A lot of times about 5 breaths can just slow it back down. Can you allow that heart rate to slow down just as those exhales are slowing down a little bit? After about 5 of those down regulation breaths, can you transfer in so it's just purely nasal breath? Just dropping that exhale from the heart, from the chest, and allow it to fall out. Inhaling in again through the nose. Can you make it soft? You want to breathe light to breathe right. Still want to fill up the canister, or just drop it. Can it instinctively happen? one more of those. So keep the same tempo with the nasal breath, but now you're just going to add in that exhale at the end. So nasal inhale in. No pause, just drop it. Nice and slow. You're turning the faucet off nice and slow. The water's winding down. It's just dripping. Finding that peace at the bottom. Waiting for that instinctive inhale in again. Watch the way my posture changes, how it initiates down here, then raises. Drop it. So your whole game right here is just to make this nasal breath as slow as possible, to add on these exhales, to get more comfortable holding the exhales. Waiting for your body to instinctively need to inhale in again. It's a good way to slow down your nervous system. And now I want you to transfer your mind to the word love. When I say love, I want you to think of self-love, of love of your life, of gratitude and appreciation for what you have and where you're at right now. Sometimes it's hard to not worry about the past or to have anxiety about the future, but all the magic happens right here in one day. The more that you love your life, the more you love your situation, the more you take this time to get yourself into this creative mindset, the better you're going to feel, the more you're going to create, the more you're going to love your life. So I just want you to run down the highlight reel of all your best moments, when you were happiest, when you had most bliss. Your breath should just be breathing yourself. It should be light, it should be soft, and I want you to really zero in on that highlight reel. I've got everything from my baseball memories to my wife, to my kids, to my friends, and my family. And it all comes back to being outside and active. This is the thing that I love the most. So how can I build my life around how I can most impact others pursuing my passions? You might think, Garrett, you wear sweatpants for 11 and you're a barefoot hippie. It's all intentional. I'm trying to live my best life, and I hope to light that spark that you can live yours. So keep diving deep into that highlight reel. And just begin to notice the people that were around in those moments you were truly happiest. Almost as if it's a slideshow in your mind. And all this love and this elevated emotions, begin to think as if it's pouring out of your heart and out of the top of your head. And it's going to just fill you up in this force field, this little bubble of liquid sunshine, of positivity, of love, of light, of energy, of your best self. And you're just going to bathe in it. Notice how good it feels to be relaxed, to be present, to feel and tap and touch with who you really are. Peace in the present moment. You can daydream your potential. You can manifest it. So how do you live more of these highlight reel moments? Allow your mind to dream, to set goals, to see yourself achieving. I can see myself in the lake being my best Northwoods Rocky, swimming, paddling, cutting down trees, biking, playing with my family, fishing. Just doing what I want when I want to. But it's all outside. It's active. It's love. It's light. It's energy. And the more I do this, the more you do this, the more we can access our power. We can really leave our mark on the world. So feel that energy, that love, that light, that energy out of your chest, surrounding you, out of the top of your head. And it's all surrounding, it's reaching out, filling up this whole platform, out into Ballast Point Park, out into the bay. It's infinite possibility in that power, in that potential. yourself one snapshot, one future goal, one image of you achieving success, of you living your best life. Take a snapshot as if you're gonna hang it on your wall, post it on your Instagram page. What is that caption? Make that your word or your mantra for today. Repeat it 5 times. Feel that image. See the sights. Hear the sound.
You should be feeling fluid, ready to go with the flow, right? We're selfless. The ego, all of that kind of, I need to do this, I need to do that, should be melted away. It's timeless. We don't have to attend to that clock. Right now, you can just feel as good as possible. So flow with this river, be effortless, and find ways that you can get out of alertness and into calmness in your own day so that you can get more into flow. Thank you guys for this workout. I appreciate you guys. Out.